Now, welcome along. I'm just going to stream live on Facebook now, and then I will give a full introduction to everyone here. Okay, so we'll just set up our Facebook stream, and we'll just get the angles and everything right now. Okay, so let's bring that down a touch. Craft, great to have you with us, everyone in the craft. Nice to see you again. Hope you're all keeping well. No doubt we'll work nice and hard today, as ever, as we always do. So let's see, right, just tipping into 2 o'clock. I'm just going to straighten that just a touch. Okay, welcome along, everyone on Facebook, everyone on YouTube. Great to be back. My name is Shane. I'll be delivering today's session. So everything will be seated today. Good firm chair, my bottle of water, and always worth having a window open as well, just to keep us nice and cool as we go along. All the movements, a little bit of coordination today, a couple of working on our core in terms of shifting weight forward and to the side. So a couple of different movements, a couple of different challenges today. First and foremost, we'll warm up and just gradually ease our way in. But I'd always say before any session, just remind ourselves, any movement that causes pain, do just please leave that exercise out. Don't persist if something doesn't feel good. If it causes you any pain, just leave that exercise out. Otherwise, we'll just work at a nice level where we feel a little bit of challenge with our movements. So let's begin warming up. First thing I will do is just to lightly shrug my shoulders up and down, and I should say I'm sitting nice and upright in my chair, so I'm not slouched or really relaxed here. I'm sitting nice and upright, just lifting the shoulders up and down, just to get that little bit of movement here. So shoulders just shrugging up and down, just getting a little bit of movement here. Now, from there, I want to start slowly rolling the shoulders back. Again, the main thing is just to get a little bit of movement here. As much as you are comfortable, just slowly rolling the shoulders back. Getting some movement through those shoulders. And then if I change direction, rolling the shoulders forward in circles. So just rolling the shoulders forward in circles. Next, what I'll do is just reset my position, hands together, and I will just lightly turn to the right and lightly turn to the left. A little bit of movement through your upper body, and my head will just lightly go with the movement as well. Over to the right, over to the left. Just a little stretch to our back, and just moving through the upper body here as we go right, and then over to the left. And let's just go for 2 more in each direction. Just a nice one to open up. Feel a little bit tight or a little bit stiff. And then return. So keeping those hands together, I might just fully interlace the fingers now. To my left shoulder and then to my right shoulder. So let's just left shoulder, right shoulder, continue on. Just check in there. Sylvia, how are you? Afternoon. And Philomena, great to have you with us. Very welcome along. Nice to see everyone again. So just across to the opposite shoulders here. And then if I keep my hands together, elbows are up, and I rotate to the right, and then rotate to the left. So just like I did in terms of rotation, but now just from a slightly different position with the elbows raised. Rotation to the right, and then over to the left. And I really like any kind of rotation, just really nice to get the upper body moving. Just an area that can get tight, stiff. So really good to get this moving. Any movement at all here. Rotate to the right, and then over to the left. And let's go once more in each direction. And back down. Perfect. Now, just bringing hands down to my legs. I just want to lightly stretch down and back up. Marie Lauder, Bally Brack, great to have you with us on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. Great to have you with us. Just lightly stretch down. I'll always say with this movement, there's no pressure to physically reach or touch the toes. I just want you to stretch as far down as comfortable, but still staying nice and strong in my upper body. I feel in control and balanced as I reach forward. Okay, so what I'll do next is move into my legs and just start getting a little bit of movement here. So I'll start off just with lifting the legs on the spot. Okay, so just getting a little bit of movement, just simply lifting up and down. Only a real point here, I'd say, is just not to stamp the feet. Try and keep it nice and light as I bring those knees up. From this position, what I want to do next is start lightly tapping the heels out in front. So my toes are pointed up and I'm just lightly tapping the heels out. So we'll just continue on like that, tapping the heels down with our toes pointed up to the ceiling. And then just continuing with that same action, but now I'm going to stretch across, side to side, heel down, toes pointed up. Just keeping it moving here, tapping the heels out to the sides with your toes pointed up. Okay, and then if I just return back to a march, so we'll just continue marching there. Just going to lower the laptop just a touch. And Elaine and Kathy, great to have you with us. Just checking in there. Okay, great stuff. Great to hear, Kathy. Brilliant. So what I want to do next is just start tapping the toes out in front. Okay, just pointing the toes directly out in front. Just warming up. The main thing here is we're active, we're moving, gradually bringing heart rate up, just loosening out everything and warming our body up before we move into more challenging movements. And then finally tapping toes just in that slightly diagonal plane. So out to the sides here, tapping your toes. Okay, and then one final movement in our warm-up. I want you to bring your feet together and rock the feet forward and back. Up on the toes, back on the heels. Just rock the feet forward and back. Up on the toes, back on the heels. And rest. Okay, so moving in, I have 3 movements, like kind of little mini circuits of work. So we'll try these movements and we will repeat them all a second time. So the way I see it is kind of explore the movements, see how it feels on this first round, and then you can kind of make any changes on the second round of each movement. So first thing I want to do is sit nice and upright in my chair, nice and tall. I'm going to bring my hands together out in front. And what I want to do is just gently lean to the right and then over to the left. You might notice I'm just gently lifting my hip up on each side as I lean. I'm consciously not bending to the side, but rather tilting. So as I lean over to the left here, this is actually lengthened. I lean over to the right and again, lengthened. I think of my hip lifting up as I lean to the side. A very slow and controlled movement. I'm not looking to go too far. If this is difficult, rest your hands down on the legs or on the side of your chair and just continue in that way. It might be a little bit more comfortable if this variation is difficult. So again, just a nice controlled tilt. So what this involves is my core and upper body strength. And we're also getting a little bit of power to our glute or a little lift from our hip as we go side to side. Keep it nice and controlled. And back down, okay? And we can return to that one. So you're just getting a feel. We can make a change when we return to that movement. Just turning to the side briefly for this next one. What we want next is a forward lean. So I'm just going to rest hands down on my legs. Set myself nice and tall, very conscious that I'm not rounding, that I'm nice and straight here. And I just want to lean forward in my chair. So just leaning forward, keeping a nice straight upper body position. So what I want to think about here is not bending my back. Rather, I'm keeping a nice straight upper body as I lean forward. So again, this core is strong. It's not really relaxed here. It's active as I lean forward. And again, think of the first part. If we were to stand up from our chair, we lean that upper body forward as we stand. So just testing out this movement, leaning forward. And once more, and back in. Okay, third movement in this first block of work. A little bit of coordination involved. What I want to do is just bring the elbows by my sides. And what I want to do is tap one heel out and curl hands to shoulders. So now this is just a little bit of coordination. Curling hands towards shoulders and alternate tapping the heels out in front. So a little bit different to the last two movements. Now we're kind of more fluid movements and a little bit of coordination. Your hands curl to shoulders, so my arms are active. And I'm just lightly tapping heel out as well, alternating each leg. We'll do another couple of reps here. We'll just continue on. Tapping the heel, curling the arms. So I have to think a little bit for some of these movements. Some of them are a little bit slower. Different things, different challenges within the session today. Let's try 3, 2, 1. And back. Okay, so we're going to reset, trying those 3 movements again. So if anything didn't feel good there, you can make changes. Maybe take one part away from the movement, change the level of support you need. So first movement again. Reset, nice and tall. That core is active here. Hands together, or holding the side of your chair, or resting on the legs, whatever is best for you. I want to gently tilt to the right, hip lifts up, and then tilt to the left, hip lift up. Again, just work with your body here. There's no pressure. Just get as much movement as comfortable, but never going excessively far to the side. Just nice and controlled tilt to the sides. Again, my upper body doesn't move very much. I get a little lift up at the hip and then return back to that central position and to the opposite side. If it's not comfortable to hold those arms out, I want you to hold on to the side of your chair or just rest your hands down on your legs. It's a nice, slow, controlled movement. Just avoid going really quick from side to side. Just nice, controlled tilt to the side and then over to the other. Let's try once more in each direction. And back down. Okay. Back to our forward lean. The first round, I had my hands on my legs. If it felt very comfortable, I want to take that support away and just rest my arms by my side. If you feel you need the support, keep the hands on the legs. Body is nice and straight. And now I lean forward without that hand support, if that is comfortable to do so. Again, as I show from the side, I'm just very consciously leaning or tilting my body forward as opposed to rounding my back. So that's the aim here. Can I lean that body forward without rounding the back? So my feet are strong to the floor and I'm just leaning that body forward. Try another couple here, just exploring the movements, making the change, maybe putting hands on legs should you need to. And back in. Okay, third final movement. Back to our arm curl and heel tap. So a little bit of coordination again. Elbows roughly by my sides, curling hands to shoulders, and alternate tapping one heel out in front with your toes pointed up. So heel tap, arm curl. 2 actions together. Hands to shoulders, just working through my arms and elbows. And then tapping the heels out as well in an alternate way. So let's go, another couple of reps here. And down. Perfect. Okay, so that's your first block of work done. Moving into a second block. Again, we have a little bit of coordination in here, a little bit of work on the legs, and a little bit of upper body as well. So first movement, I want to show you again from the side, just so we have the best view of the movement. So you can sit forward a little bit in your chair if this is more comfortable for this one. Just to bring the legs out, I'm on the heels of my feet. Okay, what I want to do is hold the side of my chair and just practice bringing one leg back at a time. I'm going from the heel of my foot to the toes. And I'm just going to pull back in an alternate way here. Pull back. So that is the goal here, bringing your leg back as far as comfortable. Going from the heel of my foot to the toes of my foot. Might feel a little connection on the back of the leg here. A little bit of movement through the knee, a little bit of movement through the ankle as well. And we're going to go for lots of repetitions here, just pulling the leg back one at a time. Working a range that feels good, pulling that leg back as far as comfortable to you. Just pulling back. Go for another couple on each side. And back, okay. Next movement, where I might feel this is more my upper body. So I might feel a little connection with my chest and the back of my body as well. What I want to do is bring my hands together. The fingers are physically interlaced or together here. Hands up at chest height. And I want to press forward, press the arms out as far as I can, and then back in. I don't want the rest of my body to move here. Just pressing the hands out in front. So as I straighten those arms out, I might feel a little stretch or connection on the back of my body, my upper back here. And I might feel a little connection through my chest as well as I push forward. Keeping the hands up at about chest height here as we push forward. So let's go for another couple here. Pressing straight out from your chest. Just pushing directly in front. And not allowing the rest of my body to move here. Let's try 3 more here. And then once more. And back down. Perfect. One more movement. Coordination again. So we have to think a little bit on this next movement. So I'm just going to reset my stance. What I want to do is tap my right foot to the side and press the right arm across. I tap my left foot out and press the left arm across. So just start nice and slow as I have here. And then you can start to slowly build it up once you feel you have this movement. Think of one side of your body in terms of the movement. So it's right foot and arm, left foot and arm. Foot taps to the side, arm presses across. Yeah, I don't want to be forcing any movement too wide here. Just a nice smooth movement. Lightly tap to the side and just lightly press the arm across. And just a little bit of coordination to get this movement locked in. Again, we're not too worried if we find this a little bit difficult. That's what we like with a movement like this. It challenges us, might be a little bit tricky to actually kind of get the movement the way you want it to be on this one. So part of the challenge. Once more. And back, okay? Same 3 movements, repeating one more time. So again, you can just make any changes if any movement didn't feel good there. Maybe just to leave that movement out. Or make changes that it feels more comfortable. So, again, we might like to sit a little bit forward if that's comfortable. I'm out on the heels of my feet and I'm holding the sides or the arms of my chair. And I'll just begin bringing the legs back one at a time. Going from the heel of my foot to the toes of my foot. And we're just switching. Pulling back as far as is comfortable. Might feel a little connection through the back of the leg. Movement through our knees. Might feel a little bit of movement through the ankle as well as we go from the heel to the toes of our foot, pointing down into the floor. Let's go for another couple of reps on each side. We'll do 2 more on each. And 1. Perfect. So, back to our press. So again, hands together, up at chest height, fingers right together. I want to push out in front as far as I can. And again, without my body leaning forward. So body is stationary here as we press the hands and arms away from our body. Just stretching out in front, pressing forward. Again, we might feel a little connection through our chest. We might feel a little stretch on the back of our body as well. Just pressing forward. And I might just briefly hold as I press those hands as far away as comfortable. Keeping the hands up in line with my chest, if that's comfortable. Just pressing straight in front. Let's go for another couple of presses here. I'm going to do 3 more. And then once more. And back down. Okay. Final movement. Again, this is where the one was a little bit trickier, a little bit of coordination. So again, sit comfortable. I want you to tap your right foot to the side and press the right arm across. Tap your left foot out, press the left arm across. And we'll just continue to alternate. Tap your foot out, press the arm across on the same side. Just never too harsh with the movement. Just nice and light as you step out, nice and light as you press across. So side step and press across with the arm. Now 2 more on each side. And 1. And down. Okay. So that's our second block of work finished. Again, a couple of different elements. Coordination, upper body, working our legs as well. So third block of work, some new movements here, which I'll introduce. So again, I want to reset the position very consciously for this first movement, nice and tall. I want you to bring your arms by your side, just making sure we're outside. If there is arms on the chair, that we've placed our arms to the outside of the chair. What I want to do is just gently reach down to the right, pull back to the middle, and then go to the left. You'll see how, again, my core is active. I have a strong upper body position. I don't just kind of fall into that side position. I very consciously reach down, strong position, return to the middle, and then to the left. Imagine a sheet of glass in front of your body and behind your body. So I can only go to the side. I can't lean forward on this movement or lean back. I can only go side to side, but I'll always reset in the middle. I'm not just folding into the position, just reaching down. Imagine trying to pick something up off the ground here. And we'll always just return to that middle central position. So we don't want to go harshly from side to side. We just take that little bit of a reset between each position. I'm going to go for another couple here. Do 2 more on each side. And then once more. And in. Perfect. Moving into the hips next with a little bit of shoulder work as well combined. So first thing we will do here is bring our hands together, straighten the arms. What I want to do is open my right leg to the side, so I'll physically step out and raise the arms at the same time, and then lift my left leg out. So a combination, but don't need to go too fast. Let's just get the combination of the movement. Open leg to side, raise the arms in front. No higher than shoulder level as I raise, but keeping those arms nice and straight. Opening the leg each time as far as comfortable. Think of the work through your hip as you raise the arms in front and step out to the side. Again, for a little coordination, but working the shoulders as you raise the arms in front, working each hip as you open the leg to the sides. Let's go for one more on each side with the leg. And back down. Okay, shoulders feeling a little bit heavier after that one. What do we have next? So yes, a little bit of boxing, and again, coordination. I'm adding a lot in today, but kind of consciously so. What I want to do is right arm, I'm going to clench the hand, so right hand clenched, and I want to step forward and press the arm. So just lightly press the foot forward and just punch with the arm. I'm not thinking about going with too much power here. Just going to go nice and light with the movement, and nice and fluid here. Press the arm, stretch the leg out in front. Just working through the right side of my body first. Right arm and leg, just pressing forward. What I want to do next is swap over to the left side. So now my left hand clenched, press the arm, just like a punch, and just step forward with the left leg. So everything on the left side of our body active now, pressing forward. Left arm and leg, stepping forward and pressing or punching with the arm. Not too harshly, just a nice, smooth, fluid movement. Press and bring the leg out in front. Next, what I want to do is back to my right hand, but now the left leg also. So opposite sides, right hand and left leg. So just pressing or that nice smooth punch with my right arm and just stepping forward with my left foot, just stretching out in front. So opposites now, right arm, left leg active. And switch, left hand, right leg. So left arm and right leg. Let's go straight in. So you can manage those transitions. Left arm, right leg. Pressing or punching with that left arm and just stepping out with the right leg. And two more. And down. Perfect. Okay. So 4 movements that time. A slightly longer little circuit. And we're going to repeat those actions again. Just remember, anything that's not feeling good, do just, of course, make that change or leave anything out that doesn't feel good. So we're going to go back to the start, and that's what we do with this second round. We kind of have a feel for the movements, what works, maybe what doesn't work. So let's set up again. Nice and tall, nice and upright. Arms by my sides, just making sure I comfortably clear the arms of my chair. Just want to gently lean down to the right. Just imagine picking up off the ground. Return to the middle, and then over to the left. Return to middle. So you're just going from side to side, but always pausing in the middle. We're not going from one to the other. We always pause in the middle upright position. Again, I want to avoid leaning forward. I think I can only move my body in each direction to the side. My core is strong. I'm just going as far as comfortable, reaching towards the floor, whilst feeling that I'm strong and balanced through the position. So let's go for another couple here. Just reaching to the side, back to the middle, reach to the side. Let's go 2 more in each direction. And then once more. And back, reset. Okay, next movement. Again, I want us to bring those hands together. Arms are straight. So again, we're going to work the hips and we're going to work the shoulders as well. So how it looks, raise the arms in front, open the right leg. Raise the arms in front, open the left leg. So my hip is active as I step to the side. My shoulder's active as I raise in front. If anything didn't feel comfortable, you could just work with the upper body movement of raising the arms, or just work with the hip movement of stepping to the side. So make any change should you need to. Arms raise in front, leg steps out to the side. Maybe it feels a little bit more open like it does for me in this second time round. That's why I like exploring these movements for a second time. You just have a better feel of the movement. And maybe it feels a little bit more open this second time. Shoulders are very active. I can feel them working. And my hips as well as I open leg out to the side each time. Once more in each direction. And back in. Okay. Back to our leg and arm press as well here. So reset. Right hand. Going to clench the hand. And I'm going to step the leg out. So right arm and leg. Just stepping forward with the foot and just pressing the arm as if boxing here, but nice and smooth. Kind of nice and fluid with this movement. Just thinking of working one side of your body, the same side, arm and leg, pressing forward. Right arm with that press or punch and the foot stepping in front. And 3 more. And switch. Left hand, I'm going to clench the hand, press with the arm, and just lightly step forward with the leg. So now everything on the opposite side. Press the arm, step forward with the leg. Again, just trying to keep this one nice and fluid, just keeping it moving. And it's just working the one side of my body here. Pressing forward, stepping with the leg as well. Let's go for another couple. And 3 more. Okay, mixing it up as we did the last time. Right hand or arm, right arm, left leg. So let's go straight in. Right arm, left leg. So just press with the right arm and stretch that left leg in front as well. So opposite sides, that little bit of coordination here. Right arm, left leg. Again, I'm just going to keep it nice and fluid. So just nice and light, pressing forward. Right arm, left leg. Okay, and keep it going. And then switch straight in, opposite side. So I'm making those switches a little bit quicker there. Left arm and right leg. Again, even tricky just to say it, to talk and perform the movement. So that's a sign it's tricky enough. Left arm, right leg. Just pressing forward with the arm and just straightening the leg out as well. Left arm, right leg. Let's go for another couple. And back down, rest. Okay, excellent. So that's our third circuit and round of work done. Again, we are kind of working our core and our sides with that side bend. Again, reaching down, picking things up. We worked our hips as we opened the legs out. And we worked our shoulders with that raise motion. So it might have felt a little bit of heaviness around the shoulders. Then we just worked general coordination with working the same side and then opposite side. So having to think a little bit on those movements there. So a lot of good work there. What we want to do is a couple of stretches and just take a couple of minutes to relax everything down. But a lot of really good work there. So well done, everyone, on that. So I'm going to turn to the side for this first movement. And what I want to do first of all is just to straighten my right leg out. So my right leg is out. And I want to point the toes forward away from my body. I want to hold that position. So toes point forward, holding the stretch. And then I want to pull the toes back in towards myself. Might feel a little bit of a shake in the leg. Again, point your toes forward away from your body. And then bring the toes back towards yourself. Once more, point the toes forward and away from yourself. And then lightly pull the toes back in towards yourself. Maybe feeling a little stretch through the back of that lower leg. And down. Opposite side, same 3 times of each part. Left leg is out straight. Point the toes forward away from your body. And then pull the toes back in towards yourself. And again, maybe feel that little stretch in the back of the lower leg. Point the toes forward and away. Pull the toes back. I want to go one more time. Point the toes forward and away. And then again, just pull the toes back in towards yourself. And rest down. Okay, so that was just a nice stretch on the back of the lower legs there. Moving through the ankle as well. And what we'll do next, those working the hip again, but now just a couple of holds in the position. So what I want to do is just open my right leg to the side, stay in here for a couple of seconds, and then back in. And I want to stick with that same leg. Open to the side, hold for a couple of seconds, and back in. Just going to do that 3 more times. Out to the side, back in, just twice more. And finally, once more. Excellent. Swap sides, left leg now. Just to open to the sides. Hold for a couple of seconds. Back in. Same leg again. And we'll just do 3 more. And you're just kind of relaxing the body down with these movements. So consciously, nothing is too strenuous at this point. We're just relaxing the bodies down, spending a couple of minutes, just bringing everything right back to rest. And in. Right leg, I want to extend the leg out. Just going to hold this position for a couple of seconds. Right leg is out straight. Just staying as we are. And back down. Opposite side, left leg, extend out. Keep that leg nice and straight. Holding position. And back down. Back to the right leg. Just extend a nice long pause in this position. Back down. And over to that left leg again. Okay, 1 more time for each leg. Extend out. Hold a nice long hold in this position. Keeping that leg out straight. Back down. And then over to your left leg as well. Leg out. Hold a stretch. Keep it as it is. And back down. Perfect. Now, what I'll do next is just reset the position nice and upright. And what I want to do is bring arms by my side. We did that side-to-side movement. Now we're looking to hold the position for a couple of seconds. So how it looks, I will just gently lean to the right. And I might just go 3, 2, 1. Back to the middle. And then I'll just go to the left. But again, I'm holding the position now. 3, 2, 1. So let's continue on. Same movement we performed, but now just holding the stretch for a couple of seconds. 3, 2, 1. Back in. Opposite side. 3, 2, 1. Return to the middle. Down. So I'm kind of lengthening this side here. 3, 2, 1. Turn to the middle. And the opposite side. Stretching, lengthening this side here. 3, 2, 1. 1 more time. Over to the right. Again, just lengthening this side here. 3, 2, 1. Back to the middle. And down to the left. Lengthening, stretching this side here. 3, 2, 1. And back up. Perfect. Again, rotation. So what we'll do next is you can lightly place one hand on top of the other. I'm not going to go too narrow. See, I'm just kind of placing one hand on top of the other. Arms are out in front. I want to rotate my body to the right. I'm going to stay here for a couple of seconds. My head is with the movement. And then I'll lightly rotate over to the left. And again, my head with the movement. Might feel a little stretch through your back. Just a really nice movement through the upper body. Again, just gently transition over to the right. Let's stay here for a couple of seconds. And then over to the left. And I want to try this a couple more times in each direction. Feels really nice. Over to the right. Might notice you can get a little bit further as you go. That doesn't mean I need to force anything too far, but I might just get a little bit further with the stretch as I go compared to when I started. I'm going to try it twice more in each direction. And over to the opposite side. And let's go once more over to the right. And then over to the left. And back down. Another movement we did kind of as an active movement, which we'll now hold as a stretch. I want you to bring your hands together, up at chest height. Press the arms, just straighten out, hold that position. So that's how it looks. My arms are out. Feeling a little stretch through my upper back. Holding the position. Nice long hold and then return. Let's just try that twice more. Press out and hold. And back in. And one last time. Just press out and hold the stretch. Hold that position. A couple of seconds here. And back down. Okay. Just last movements here. Reset. So I'm going to lift my right shoulder. And then my left shoulder. I'll just wait until one is returned, and then I'll just lift the opposite side up. Again, this is just to get a nice little bit of light movement through each side, just lifting one shoulder up at a time. Shoulder towards here or as high as is comfortable. And return. Okay, finally, we'll just add a head rotation. I'll always repeat the same instruction with the head. Avoid sudden, harsh movements. Keep it slow, keep it gentle when it comes to the head and neck, and avoid going too extreme with the positions. Just keeping it very light and straightforward when it comes to the head and neck. So, what I want to do is rest my hands on my legs and just slowly turn my head to the right. Just going as far as is comfortable to me. I'll return to the center and then gently look over towards the left. So I'm in no hurry to go from one side to the other. Return to the middle and just gradually look over to the right. And again, I will always pause if it felt like it would hurt to go any further. Never pushing through pain in this position. Slowly looking over to the left. And then one more time. Slowly moving over to the right. And then slowly over to the left. And back. Just return head to neutral. 3 nice deep breaths just to ensure we're fully relaxed after that work. So in through nose. Nice slow exhale. Okay, so that concludes our session. Thanks very much to everyone who tuned in on Facebook, and well done to everyone on YouTube, especially all the gang in the craft. Marie there, great work. So thanks for tuning in. Again, just to like, subscribe, and we'll see you again. Thanks for tuning in. Great work, everyone, YouTube. Brilliant work. Well done, Craft. Well done, Marie. Great stuff. Very welcome.